Hello and welcome to Life Podcast. This is a show about learning to live your best life and really discovering who you are. We all face challenges in life, right? So this is a platform where we can talk about those things, learn from each other, and build each other up. So I encourage you to leave a comment and share your experiences and ideas with the community. It's funny how in life we come across new situations. Things that nobody taught us in school. The reality of being an adult, living on your own, managing a business, and more importantly, managing your stress. How do you deal with different types of people, understand different cultures, and make friends from around the world? Understanding your own emotions, like love and courage, but also nervousness, anxiety. We've all been there, those awkward feelings and situations that nobody wants to deal with. Things that everybody faces, but nobody talks about. I think it's important to talk about these things because it makes us a little bit more human in this robotic world. It helps us realize that we're all the same and that we're all in the same boat. Literally, if you look at this planet as a big spaceship floating in this universe, we're all passengers on board in this journey together. Learning to laugh at yourself and not take life so seriously is one lesson that I wish schools would teach us. It should really be part of the curriculum. But instead, people constantly talk about problems, politics, the daily news. These things have made us take life so seriously that we've forgotten the magic of life. Whatever happened to those fun times when you enjoyed your life as a child? You were carefree. You had amazing ideas where there was no limit to your imagination. And when did we start getting caught up about worrying about the future, obsessing about what people think of us, and just the stress of surviving? But is it really life or our way of looking at life that has changed? Growing up isn't entirely about your age, but more about graduating to the next level of thinking. In fact, some scientists say that the next big innovation probably won't be a new technology, but a new way of seeing. Go back to a time when you were a child. Was there ever a scary science fiction movie that you thought was real? If you're like most of us, then there must have been that one scary film or monster that haunted your mind. Most children believe that stories or movies are real, because as a child they don't have any concept of fiction or filmmaking, so they think it all must be true. Now as an adult, it's easy to look back and laugh at your childhood self. But at the time you were convinced it was real, you're that same individual, and yet you're not the same person anymore. You see, once you've attained a higher perspective in life, it becomes almost impossible to go back to your old way of thinking. Your old thoughts and fears instantly lose power when you rise to a higher viewpoint where things are clearer than before. Just think of all the times you were tormented by the thoughts of scary monsters. What was the point of all that suffering? It wasn't even real. Now think of all the negative things that you believe are real today. Your future self, your wiser self, is already looking back and laughing at you. Sometimes our beliefs hold us back in life, and it's not until we challenge them that we realize how naive we were. As a human being, you're meant to constantly evolve, so it doesn't make much sense to hang on to old thoughts that don't serve you. If you ever want to learn about the power of your own mind, then I encourage you to take a look at the life of Viktor Frankl, who was a neurologist, a psychiatrist, and a survivor of the Holocaust. Viktor Frankl had an invaluable perspective on life. He said that you may not have control over a situation completely, but you always have control of your own mind and thoughts. So if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, then you can't expect to reach a constructive outcome. Often when we're in a bad mood, we want things to get better, but it's our bad mood that keeps matching us to more negative experiences because we haven't learned to get out of our head. You can take any challenge and let it be the dominating theme of your life, or you can wake up and realize that the issue you were placing so much importance on mostly exists in your mind. So you can think about that childhood monster you were scared of, or you can realize that fear is just an illusion. It only scares you when you believe in it, but it loses power the minute you embrace the truth. So from this day forward, be conscious of your thoughts and think about where you're investing your energy. Hey, I want to thank you for listening. This brings us to the end of today's episode. If you liked what you heard, then be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. I'll see you next time, and always remember to live your highest potential.